Design of experiments, terms and definitions. In this video, we will explain historical information of design of experiments, OFAT versus statistically designed experiments. OFAT stands for one factor at a time. Terminology of design of experiments. We will discuss factors, levels, treatment, block, randomization, and few more concepts. Historical background of DOE. DOE approach was developed by Sir Ronald Fisher in the 1920s. Initially, it was used to improve yield in agriculture. Fisher also created all the theory and tables for analyzing statistically designed experiments. Later in 1970s, Taguchi added a new dimension to DOE to minimize variation while the mean is being optimized. This is popularly known as robust design approach. Developments in computers and software have made design and analysis of experiments much easier. Conventional approach to experiment was OFAT, that is one factor at a time. If we want to evaluate effects of various factors on output, we usually vary one factor at a time only. Our fear is that we will not be able to analyze the results otherwise, and this is called OFAT approach. Disadvantages of this approach are we will not know interaction of various factors with each other. Interactions means effect of one factor depends on setting of the other factor. We can miss the optimum settings of the factors to get the best results. So what are the consequences of OFAT? Consider an experiment to find optimum settings to get best surface finish in machining. First, vary speed to find setting to get the best surface finish, and then vary feed to find the best settings of the feed. But what is the consequence of this? This is our solution with OFAT with the black dot, but the actual optimum setting may be somewhere else as shown by star, and we are going to miss it. We can overcome the disadvantages of OFAT using statistically designed experiments. These are popularly called design of experiments. In the design of experiments, interactions can be evaluated. We need less testing while we learn more. We can say less testing and more learning. We can find optimum settings to get the best from the process, considering the interactions. Now let us look at few definitions related to design of experiments. First, let us look at control factors or factors, often referred to as XS. In the sense, we develop a regression equation y is equal to function of x. In that sense, XS are the controllable factors. We want to evaluate the effect of these factors on the result or the response. Let us look at types of factors. Factors can be quantitative or qualitative. Examples of quantitative factors are temperature, pressure, time, etc. In quantitative factors, the interim values do exist. So what are qualitative factors? Examples are steel, aluminum, method A versus method B, and interim values in qualitative factors do not exist. Levels of factors are settings of factors during the experiment. These can be values or fixed points. Examples are temperature 50 degrees and 75 degrees. Plastic versus wood, that's a qualitative factor. Responses or whys. This is what we want to optimize. There can be more than one whys or more than one responses. Examples are fuel consumption. We want to minimize the fuel consumption in engines, vehicles. Strength of materials or alloys. We want to maximize the strength. Size of a particular object. Yield of a process. We want to maximize the yield of a process. Rejection. We want to minimize rejection from a particular process. Variables data is preferred over attributes data as it requires lower sample sizes. Now let us look at treatments. Treatments are combination of factors and levels. So each combination of factor and level is called a treatment in the experiment. Steps in design of experiments. Define the problem and establish objective. Select the responses or whys. Select factors and the levels of the factors. Select the design. Conduct experiment and collect data. Analyze the design and interpret the results and evaluate the benefits. Let us look at nuisance factors. In most experiments, some uncontrolled or nuisance factor can affect our results or inferences. For example, environment on 2 different days could be different, and sometimes we need to perform the experiment on different days. Different operators, equipment, etc. There may be a difference between process that one operator follows versus another operator, or equipment behavior may be slightly different. So these are called nuisance factors. We are not primarily interested in nuisance factors. There are different approaches to manage nuisance factors. Randomization, blocking, and covariates. Let us look at this one by one. Nuisance factors are sometimes called lurking factors. Randomization means randomly, that is without any specific order. So it means randomly sequencing the trial runs so that variation due to nuisance factor is distributed randomly. This will be the part of unexplained variable as seen in residuals when we analyze the experiment. Blocking means considering this nuisance factor as one of the design factors, although we are actually not interested in the effect of this. This is necessary if we cannot hold it constant or randomize. Factors should be categorical. Examples are shift, day, material batch, heat. For example, we don't have sufficient material in one batch to complete the experimentation. So we divide the experiment into 2 batches which are called 2 blocks. Or we want to do some heat treatment of parts, but it cannot be done in one single setting for the whole experimentation. So we take different batches or different heats. The third strategy in managing noise factors is covariates. Covariates are noise factors which are continuous and cannot be controlled, but their value can be recorded. Examples are humidity on a day, atmospheric temperature, etc. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you found it worth watching. Please subscribe to Institute of Quality and Reliability channel if you want to watch more videos on reliability engineering, Six Sigma and statistical quality control. Click on the subscribe and bell icon to get notified for future videos.